today's video lesson, we're going to talk about moving from the Outlook web app to Office 365 Outlook in Exchange Online. And in this video, it's going to be an overview to give you an idea of the improvements and the new options over what you're used to. Now, normally, if you're wanting to check your mail from the web, you'd basically go to tndagc.org/OWA and you would log in and see a screen that looks very similar to this. This is an email account that we have. Normally you would have your inbox. Whenever you click on, say, your inbox item, of course you can see who it comes from. Over to the right you do have your message preview. All the options of your normal email, as well as your current calendar, people, and tasks. What we're moving to now is Office 365 Outlook and Exchange Online. Now with this logged in account, you see a lot of similarities and you can probably see a few new changes. Your option and app launch area right up here in this toolbar area, so you can search mail and people right in this area right where the magnifying glass is. Whenever a certain item is selected, you can of course do quite a few things. Over here to the right, I can reply all, I can give it a thumbs up due to liking the message, quite a few other things such as forward it, change the default, reply all by meeting, reply by instant messaging. You can delete, you can actually move this message to clutter, and what that means is as you use your email throughout the system, there's certain things that get sent from certain accounts that are and can be considered as clutter. Such as if you have an administrative account that sends you alert notifications or a variety of other things, and it's by doing so you may receive up to 20-30 emails per day from this account. Well, it is probably going to mark that as clutter unless you tell it otherwise, but it's very smart. It does pick up very well with assigning and tagging those items, and it will actually take those to your clutter folder, which you will find right over here. Currently you can see that I do have 5 emails in the clutter folder. I can of course mark this item as junk. If I believe that someone is trying to fish information out of me, I can go ahead and mark it as phishing and put an alert with that. I can mark it as unread. I can also assign, or I can flag it. I can also assign a policy to it, meaning that I can archive it, or the retention of it, meaning the deletion process of it, whether I want it to be removed or deleted within 7 days. You know, want to kind of recycle the items that are in my inbox to keep it clean, keep it organized, keep things in process. Of course, I can print, view the message details, try to find out some more added information that I cannot specifically see here within the, this view, or open in a separate window. Now, as I go up to my app launch area toolbar, you can see that I can do a lot of the same things that were from that, although I can also create a new email message, I can create a calendar event, or create a new group, delete, archive, once again edit or assign it as junk or phishing, sweep. I can also move it to another folder that I have set up. I can also assign it a category, and if you don't know what categories are about, basically any group or idea that you want to assign it a specific color or a category. Say if you have a conference coming up and you want everything that pertains to the conference, you can assign it, say, a specific color category. and everything that comes in will be batched and specifically put into that category and help make things a lot easier for you. Of course, you can also manage those, as well as all what we saw from the drop-down radio option by marking it a specific item, assigning it the policy, and whatnot. Now you'll also notice in the upper right hand corner I do have some added options here. Got the question mark, which is of course help. Close that out by clicking the X. My settings and options is the gear icon. I can set up automatic replies, display settings, offline settings, manage any add-ins. What's really nice about this is as you become accustomed to add-ins, they can really help to make your day-to-day activities more focused. There's a lot of add-ins actually available, and we can get into that in another training, and we're sure that you'll find them very helpful because they can kind of automate a lot of the tasks that you're currently doing, make things a lot simpler for you. I can of course change the theme of the way that this looks, primarily the callers, as well as notifications, turn them on and off, and a variety of other things within my current settings. Any notifications that I get, say if I get a new email message, those will be indicated right here. And I currently have Skype included with this. Say if I wanted to actually take a look at the message or the Skype IM message that was sent to me, I would simply click on this and I could simply reply back. Next, from within your Outlook launcher here, the app launcher is located here in the upper left hand corner, and then within the normal Outlook applications that are included with it, that's what we're going to cover in this training. We're going to go ahead and we're next going to show you the calendar. Now you see here, this is a personal calendar, and the way that you want to utilize this calendar is everything that involves you put on your personal calendar. When you need, say if you share a group calendar with anyone else in your office, what you want to do is you want to include that calendar within each new item that you create for your personal calendar. Hope that makes sense. Now in this current view, you of course can look at today's calendar, you can look at the week, the work week, or the day. Say today or the day. It'll give you little highlights. We're in week 35 of 2016. It's August the 26th today. Next, in the upper left hand corner you will see the basic monthly overview. You can of course use this to scroll to the right or left. Say you're wanting to create a new calendar event and you're not for sure before you open up the main big calendar, or if you're in the days calendar and you just want to get a preview of what day a certain day or an event follows or falls on, all you have to do is just use your little menu area there. Now let's say I am part of another calendar, and this calendar shares information to other staff members, lets them know that I'm in the office or out of the office, or how to set up certain events pertaining specifically to that day. Let's go ahead. I'm going to click on, I have one leave calendar, and I'm also going to select my department calendar. Now you will see here a lot of options. We're going to narrow this down because there are a lot of calendar events that will basically be filled up. I'm going to click on the blue calendar here. This is the leave calendar. Now you will see, I'm going to show you that I have very limited and restricted access to this calendar. So whenever I click on this, nothing happens whatsoever. Now the next calendar over here that I have a little more control over, whenever I click on an item in it, I can actually get some additional details, as well as if I had an item that was specifically assigned to me, I could actually go in, make an edit, propose a new time, or do something of that nature within this specific calendar. The other one I can't. It is designated as read only and limited with the options that I currently have and or are assigned. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, I'm going to click back on my personal calendar, and you can see here from this I can create a new calendar event. I can also create a new email message, or say a birthday event. I can also add another calendar. Say I want to see something as a secondary calendar, view a holiday calendar, something that I'll keep outside of my personal calendar. Interesting calendar. Add a calendar from file, from the internet, or from directory. I can also share this calendar. Basically, if I wanted to add someone to this, I could go ahead and allow them to view the calendar that I currently have. I could also print that calendar. Quite a few options for you here. I'm going to go ahead and show you a quick demonstration. Say today at 2:30. I want to create an event. Now the best way to utilize this calendar, you're going to go ahead and put in your details. Next, we can add people to this event, meaning that I would want them to be a part of this meeting. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to add Mr. Will to this event. The location. Now this could be any location that you choose. However, if you want this event to be added to a calendar that you are a part of, you're going to add a room. Click on the add room button, and it should auto-populate the existing calendars that are currently available. I'm going to add our technology training room. There is another calendar specifically for this. Once this gets sent out, it will send a notification to that technology training calendar, get a request, mark things as needed, and or if someone manages it, or if anyone can add any event to it, they'll be added as a new attendee. The duration, you can do quite a few things with this. Say if you want more specifics, since I clicked on it at 2:30, I believe it will automatically assign that duration for 30 minutes. I could, of course, assign it or make it an all-day event or make it private. If I wanted to choose the manual time picker, I would be shown these items here where I could choose, of course, the date, the time. Say instead of just the 30 minutes, I wanted it to be 1 hour long. I could also make the selection for this to repeat. Say if we wanted to have just for 1 month, we wanted this meeting to be assigned every Friday at this time. I could go ahead and complete it, say every Friday, or I could make a customization to that just specifically for that 1 month. It's going to save it to my calendar. If I would like a reminder, which of course I would, I'm going to go ahead and assign it the 15 minutes. Maybe I want one a little further out because I have a few additional things I need to have taken care of before this meeting. We'll go ahead and assign it 1 hour reminder. And whenever I'm in this meeting, how do I want others to perceive me when I'm online and they have notifications of my presence? I want it to show myself as busy. Next, the description. Whenever you send this off, this is going to be where you're going to add any text that pertains to your topic. Now, I can also, within this, I can include pictures, and if you have any specific items that for this meeting and your attendees that you want them to have, instead of emailing them that information, you can do everything right from within this option. So we can go ahead and include our emojis. We can format everything within this description. We can bolden, italicize, underscore, make bullet points, numbering, as well as the alignment. I can include a hyperlink, remove them, add alternate text to a specific image, create a table, or remove the formatting. Quite a few options for you within this. I'm actually going to remove Mr. Will, and I think everything looks pretty good. Now, what this option that I'm going to show you here, what it specifically does is allows you to see if anyone else who you want to be a part of this training or say this meeting, allows you to go out and see if when you're going to go ahead and assign it, if it's already conflicting with them because they may be in another meeting, may already have another meeting assigned or scheduled, they might be out of the office, could be a whole host of things. Whenever I click on the scheduling assistant link here, all it's going to do, let me actually discard, and I'm going to add Mr. Will back. Click on the scheduling assistant. Now it has these 3 calendars that it's immediately reaching out to, but I can see here, and this is lingo for out of office. So I automatically know right now that by me trying to host a meeting at 2:30 today, Will is not going to be able to make it because he is out of the office. Since if this was a person instead of an actual room, I'd be able to see them as well here and make the appropriate time. Since this is a room, primarily nothing scheduled for it, at least for this calendar and the room. So we should be good with that. But I hope you can see that this allows you to go out, look and check the calendar of the people who you are inviting to know that they do or will not be able to actually attend your meeting. So very helpful, helps you to really schedule everything with more fluidity, and you don't have to email back and forth between people to see if they can make it or not, or whenever you send out an invite, get the decline information or confirmation from them. And as you can see here up in your launch bar toolbar, I can send it, I can discard this information, I can attach another item. If you do have Skype, of course we can add or create a Skype meeting for this. If I wanted to include an add-in or add an add-in, I could go ahead and do that there. If I wanted within, say, this details field, or I wanted to add any of these charms to that, I could go ahead and make that assignment. And or say if this was a conference or something that I'm holding, I could go ahead and assign it that conference category that I have set up so that I know that it's specifically for conference and not for another project or something else that I'm working on. Once we send that out, that will go ahead and add that to the calendar. Very helpful in simulating as well as prioritizing and making sure that communication is spread to all areas and to attendees so that you kind of have a better idea of exactly what's going on in your department. Next, people. Within this option, this would of course include any of your contacts that you have. This can even include external contacts. Your address book and keeping everyone dialed down and how you communicate certainly makes your day a whole lot simpler when you can get the information that you need from each person that you need information from. Now within the contacts field, I can create, of course, a new contact, a list, or a group. Manage this, since this is now has the ability to connect to social networks, as well as import contacts. This is very helpful because I can do the normal CSV file, or say if I have a Google Gmail account that I would like to import contacts, so I don't have to type them out new and fresh again. Of course, I can import from any Outlook program, from Yahoo Mail, Windows Live Mail. Certainly very beneficial. Add them, add to favorites, create lists and links. And next we have included normally within the Exchange Online and the Outlook platform would be your tasks. Now from within here, very helpful in many areas. I'll click on the show more details. Now if you're just utilizing this and none of the other Office 365 applications, I want to keep a few tasks in mind because I have some goals, some things I'm wanting to complete. It's exactly where I would go to within the task application. I would go ahead within here. Of course, as you can see here within the launch bar, add in some charms or not. I can discard this whole item. Say within the subject field, put in the task that I want. If I have a specific due date, let's say if I wanted this task to be due in 3 days, and let's say I wanted to create a start date, date to complete, which would be Monday the 29th. We'll go ahead and assign that. The percent complete, oops, in progress. Oh, yeah, date complete. Do not fill that field out. Wait until that is complete. The percent complete, let's say right now as I'm making this video, I'm halfway done. I can assign it a priority, which would be high. You have the option to select normal or low. I could make this private. I could create a reminder if I'm not aware of it. The repetition for this specific task, I could do that. As you can see the options here. Total work. Say if I've already been working on this for, say, a specific hour. The actual work, of course, after completed, all that was involved, so you could help keep track of that. If there was any mileage, costs or billing or expenses, and any additional companies involved or company information, as well as your description area. The formatting that you can do is provided very similar back to the calendar item. And I'm going to discard this item, and we'll go back to mail. And this pretty much concludes the video for moving your current Outlook web app to the Office 365 Outlook and Exchange Online application. Hope the video was giving you some demonstration of how to utilize it a little, as well as see some of the new improvements and the benefits that might be able to help the systems and processes that you use on a day-to-day basis to make your jobs, your tasks much easier, much simpler, as well as hope you see that the communicating part is really improved with being able to reach out to people, to their calendars, as well as any group calendaring, to know that maybe whenever you're trying to assign something, that you can go ahead and know ahead of time whether they'll be able to make your meeting or whether they'll have to decline based on them already having a prior engagement, and a whole variety of other things. We're excited to see that the improvements that Microsoft is making with the platform, as well as we'll get into in another video some of the add-ins and some of the other things that might very well benefit you and your organization. Thank you very much. This video has been brought to you by the Tennessee District Attorney General Conference Information Systems Technology Training Department. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.